What is going on? What is going on? This is a Husqvarna video. A Husqvarna blower video. One that's been asked and answered by several people, but I have never answered it. Nor have I even really touched on it. Is Husqvarna blowers worth buying? Yeah. The end. No. These are my three primary. I do have another handheld. It's that little cheap one you can get at Lowe's. This is the 525BX, I think. Yeah. 350 BT and the 580 BTS Mark II. That's the second version of that. They made the tube bigger. And as you can see, they actually lined it up. See how the tube's always on a Husqvarna blower, which I did not like. It's off to the side, now it's center mount on the tube. Way better in my opinion. Now, this was the big boy for years until another company made one a little bigger, but it's funny how that one company, which I'm not knocking, I like that company, okay? Now it's got the biggest on the block. It looks eerie similar to this. I mean, could you copy it more, or does Husqvarna Red Max make it for them? Who knows? I don't know. I know it's a carbon copy of the air filter and everything I like, but you know that other brand has better anti-vibration. So Husqvarna, let's talk about my first one out of this bunch. Clearly the faded, wore out looking one is a 350 BT. It's 50cc backpack blower. It's paid for itself. You know, I don't know. Y'all have seen it. I've made videos of it many times over the year. Well, not many videos about it, but one or two. But you've seen it for like 7 years or more. More than 7 years. However long I've been on YouTube. And every employee I've had has used it. I have used it. Everybody has used it. Everybody has. I don't like using the word, everybody's like, yeah, I used it and abused it and it still works. Well, it ain't abused. Clearly, it ain't broke all over. You know, your classification of abuse means using it. That's not abuse, that's use. You know, abuse is you kicking it, throwing it down the hill, running it without oil in it, you know. So it has always had the mix. Synthetic or the Husqvarna semi-synthetic that they recommend, because you know they partner with oil companies and blah blah blah. So it's still here, and I've seen many of them on YouTube. I think Johnny's got one still, Blades of Grass, an old one that he can't kill. I mean, they just keep going. It'll crank right now. Probably, I mean, 3 pulls maybe where I haven't run it all year. I put it up. I have not touched this blower in a year because I got other blowers too. Because it has been replaced by other bigger blowers. I do miss it. I ain't gonna lie. The other blower I use that you've seen a million times did replace it. I like it better because it's got, Husqvarna has one of the best engines on the planet, right? Or the best, probably 2-stroke there is made. Arguably, all right? They just don't have the vibration control like other brands that, like you see when they're idling, they move more like that. It's less vibration on your arm. And so the 350 BT vibrates a lot, ain't gonna lie. But it won't die. You can't kill the stupid thing. I changed the air filter in it one time, I think, and the plug one time. I'm not making this up. And I used it for blowing off grass and leaf cleanups. So then I used the other one, and then I bought this one to have a handheld. Sometimes you need a quick, you know, little blower. I don't use them much now, but that thing will start in one pull usually. It's a great blower. It's the commercial grade. It's probably the, I don't know, the best anti-vibe. It's so crazy how Husqvarna has the best anti-vibe handhelds, but backpacks they don't. That thing has, it's isolated the handle from the blower, so you can move it around without the handle moving. Just like the 525 weed eaters they got and stuff. Brilliant, the best, but then they make a backpack. Even this one has vibrations more than the one I got over there. All right. But this one will start better than that one over there. This one runs better. This one runs strong. Well, of course, it's, you know, it's a 580 BTS. So the power between it and like 7.7, it didn't even, no. So, do I recommend Husqvarna blowers? This channel, if you remember, I was obsessed with one brand for years until I started using this. And I've used all the brands except some random brands y'all like to bring up. Y'all don't even mention FCO. You'll mention Mariyama or something. I'm like, that's not a real brand. Yes, it's there and it exists, but it's not mainstream enough to have everywhere to where people can buy them. This brand, Husqvarna, is the top dog, man. See, the cool thing about Husqvarna, and I'm not trying to sell you on them. I don't care if you like Husqvarna or hate them. I'm not here to convince you. I'm here to talk about them. They are a one-stop shop, and they're the only ones that's a one-stop shop. Think about it. You can go to a Husqvarna dealership and get one of their Husqvarna credit cards. I don't use it because I usually just buy the stuff, okay? Used to, yes, I would have used it. Or I did use it once or twice just to use it. I remember because it was so cool. Yes, I still got it. But I don't use it because I don't buy nothing big purchase Husqvarna. I buy the 525. It's like 400 and some with tax. So you just buy that thing. So there ain't no point in putting it on a credit card. Now, if you need to put it on a credit card, go to Husqvarna and get you a Husqvarna credit card, and they'll give you 0% interest on the crap you buy. So that's what I'm saying, a one-stop shop. I'm not trying to sell you on this brand. I'm not in business with Husqvarna at all. Nothing. They give me stuff, yes. They have not given me nothing in like 2 years or a year or two, something like that. So they don't owe me nothing. I don't owe them nothing. We've parted ways or fizzled out. I guess that's the word. We just quit talking to each other. So there they are. They're all you need to run a whole business. They have lawnmowers, blowers, edgers, trimmers, legendary, arguably, I'm using the word arguably, the best chainsaws on earth. Somebody's going to say steel, but I've got them both. I don't know, they're both pretty, but the Husqvarna sounds better. Husqvarna's got this cool little, I don't know, I think their new X chains cut. I've got steel brand chains too. I think the Husqvarna cuts better. But then I think the Echo chainsaw is just about as good as the other two. I like the Husqvarna better. Again, I'm competing with the top of the top. That's why I don't mention Mariyama or whatever, because people always wants to bring these obscure names that really hasn't made their impact. I hope they do, and I'll go buy one. Go get you a Husqvarna credit card, 0% interest, and you just keep using it like a credit card. And they'll put you on a standard payment, and you pay it off, and there won't be no interest. So you could buy a zero turn. They got stand-on mowers. They just phased out their walk-behind mowers because they wasn't selling, and all it was a Gravely rebranded. So Husqvarna needs to really, seriously, make a walk-behind, a real one. A real one. They've always used other companies, if you've noticed, to make their walk-behind. The people at Husqvarna told me it's because there's not much of a demand for walk-behinds, and I disagreed. I see them everywhere. It might be in just my areas. I do work 2 different states, though. And anybody with a heel's got a walk-behind. And then some people just likes them. What it is the market is covered by Skag and Exmark. Let's be honest. Exmark is like, and Skag owns the block. And then you got Ferris and Snapper is owned by Briggs and Stratton. So them two is probably the runner-up. I didn't say which one's the best. I'm just saying that's... Exmark might run the market. I don't know. There's so many Skags and Exmarks I can't tell around here. But anyway, every market's going to be different. I don't know about total gross sales in the world. But as a whole, you can run, a Husqvarna can run your whole business. They literally have it all. So, I recommend them. This thing is just mega powerful with leaves, because what they did on the Mark II, they made the tube bigger. I mean, you could probably put 2 of those tubes inside that one. I'm serious. 350 BT to the 580 BTS. And I do recommend that blower. I use this blower all the time, as you can tell. I use that one. The recoil is even the same. The recoil has made it this long. No spring broke. The goddamn rope is even the original. It's the original rope in there. I'm not going to turn it over because ain't no gas in it. I store them empty every year. And this one, though, to be honest, I haven't used it because there ain't been no need. I went solo this year, if you remember. And leafs, around time for leafs and heavy stuff, I bring this one out. But see, this one stays here most time. I'll take that other one because it's lighter and less anti-vibe. I can't fault this thing. I think this is probably one of the best blowers in the world. I just wish Husqvarna would make it less vibration. Because maybe if you're real young and you ain't never experienced tinnitus. If you've never experienced any kind of carpal tunnel too, or there's so many tingles you'll get in your body and nerve endings of your fingers will be like tingling. That's why I like the 525 LST so much, is because of the isolated handle. Age will win. So if you do these methods up front, your body will thank you. I want to start stressing that. I hear nobody talking about that. That's why I went to a stand-on mower. My back. And I still might get another Turf Tiger 2 or a Tiger Cat 2 or a Hustler Super Z. You know, I still might. I don't know. But even the good cushy seats, my back, oh.